What were you thinking when you saw Muhammad Ali lying on the canvas? Did you have an opportunity to think about anything, or was it just happening too quickly?
No, it happened pretty quickly. You know, I saw him, the ref wave me back to my corner. I went back and I said to my manager, Al, start the car. We're going to the bank for millionaires. My manager said to me, you better turn around. He's getting up.
He's getting up. Just recently, ESPN did a documentary. They do a wonderful job with their 30 for 30.
As a matter of fact, we got a 93 rating, which is one of the highest ratings in almost 8 years. I'm very happy with it.
We have a black and white shot of you a lot of years ago with Sly Stallone, and he was a young guy sitting there watching that fight. And the amazing thing about your fight with Muhammad Ali, Chuck, was that you went 15 rounds. You knocked him down in the 9th round.
Right.
He got up, and I believe your nose was broken along the way and everything like that. But there is absolutely no question in the world that Sylvester Stallone was inspired by your fight. There's no question about it, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. As a matter of fact, he admitted it, and you know, he said it was the inspiration, and I was very happy to hear that. You know?
We have a graphic of you taking a blow from Muhammad Ali. And
I took about 43,000 of them.
I know. You know, hey, Chuck. You know, you look back at your career. When you think about the punishment that you took, but you also doled it out. What do you know? In retrospect, when you see a young fighter today, do you have advice for him? A young guy that wants to get into the game, do you try and dissuade him and talk him out of it, or do you say, hey, go for your dream?
No, I tell them to go for his dream, but I also tell these kids they got to learn to tuck more. You know, not everybody can take the shots that I took, and 37 years later, doing a radio interview with you, Mike. You know that. So you got to be. I was always in great shape. I think that's what saved me.
And let's just jump right into the movie that's being made, The Leading Man. Can you tell us, because we're looking at him now, tell us a little bit of the background of Liev Schreiber, please.
Well, Liev Schreiber, they're coming out with a movie on me before the end of the year called The Bleeder, starring Liev Schreiber, Naomi Watts. As a matter of fact, we've got a big meeting next week with some of the investors, and we're going to try to double what the movie is going to be spending, and it looks very good. You know, the movie's all set, but, you know, everybody likes to have a little more money than we had. I think we're at about $12 million now. We're looking to go for 25.
Wow, that's a big budget. That's terrific.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well,
just look at it this way. The fighter, which won the Academy Award last year, was made for a little under $5.
Wow.
So you can imagine that we've got a pretty good budget going in. Liev Schreiber, Naomi Watts, a great actor and actresses, and everybody's, actor. No, you know what? These women are so beautiful. I call them actresses. Anybody wants to argue about it?
You know,
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate you calling, buddy. You're great.
Now, Chuck, just a couple more things, then we're going to let you go. We're going to go over to another graphic, and it looks like it's in your office, if I'm not mistaken. But you got a nice, pleasant smile on your face. In the background, you got a lamp, and underneath it says "Champ." It looks like it's probably a license plate of some kind. I can see the Sports Illustrated. But you want to know what caught my? I'm going to tell you what caught my eye, because we have a lot of Yankee fans that watch this show, and you happen to have a Yankee T-shirt on. Now, I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you a true Yankee fan, or is it just a T-shirt that you?
How about 65 years? I saw my first game when I was 9 years old on a round screen TV at a woman's house called Jean Miskevich. And that's the first that I fell in love. Joe DiMaggio was around then, and my favorite of all time was Mickey Mantle.
Wow.
I got to meet him at Mantle.
That's a true fan.
I've been a great Yankee fan. As a matter of fact, I'll be watching a game tonight at 10 o'clock. They're playing the Athletics.
Wow.
The Oakland Athletics. That's what kind of fan I am.
Wow.
I know when they're playing, where they're playing, and I'll be watching.
Wow, Chuck, I was a big fan of yours. Now I'm even bigger. And now, so you watch all the games. Well, what do you think of, you were in the boxing game in the 70s, and then 80s, and now you look at these guys making the big bucks now in the boxing game. You look at baseball players, and A-Rod makes more in one game than Mickey Mantle, who you mentioned, made an entire year. When you, as a retired athlete, when you look at sports in general, what are your thoughts? Do you shake your head in terms of how much money they make, or what are your thoughts when you see athletes?
Not at all. I'm happy for them. You know, I'm always happy to see somebody else do good, and I never begrudge anybody anything. You know, A-Rod is a great player. He's not having a great year so far, but you know what? He is a great player. So is Mickey, and you know, I was very fortunate. I was a friend of George Steinbrenner's. I got to meet George, the boss, and I loved the Yankees all my life.